This is my 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. We just bought it this summer, and one of the main motivations was watching all the people post videos like this of them going through the snow. As you can tell, we live in a part of Canada that just gets absolutely dumped on, so it's important to be able to traverse out there in an emergency, or, you know, sometimes the roads just look like this on a normal day and things are still open, you still have to go about your life, go to work, whatever. So this is the big first snowstorm of the year, and we took it out for a spin. The weather network was calling for 15 centimeters, but it actually ended up being, at the time of this recording, more like 38 centimeters. Here's a picture of a tape measure in the snow that's 15 inches. And this isn't even a snowdrift. Spots on the road were up to, I'd say, at least 2 feet. That's 24 inches, where the wind had pushed the snow into bigger and bigger piles. So this is a true blizzard. They closed one of the highways off because it was that bad. There was lots of cars getting stuck out there that we were just blowing past. I've got Michelin X-Ice Snow tires on this thing. Just bought them, so they haven't seen a winter before. I don't know how much that contributed to what we were able to do out there, but let me take you along for the ride and we'll talk about different things as they come up. So this was the first thing. The snowplows make these big banks, and my old Mazda 2, there's no way you would get over it. Have to get the shovel out and get rid of that big bank to get through onto the main stretch. So I wasn't confident here, but yeah, as you can see, it's just like butter, no problem at all. So now we're on one of the main roads that's pretty high up on plowing priority, so it's already been hit a few times throughout the day. There's a good amount of snow on the ground from the stuff that has fallen and the stuff that has been compacted by other cars. You know, the plows don't perfectly scrape these roads clean, but really we're going to a residential street that's quite low on priority and hasn't been plowed yet. And this is a road that we got stuck on last year when we were driving someone else's Toyota Corolla with, I believe, all season tires, not winter tires, which makes a big difference in these conditions. But we got stuck like almost immediately when we turned down the road. Didn't get more than 30 feet and had an awful time getting out. I'm talking, we had to push the car. I had a shovel in the back that I was using. It was like an hour-long endeavor, so I was a little bit scared here to test this out for the first time, but you know, I had seen the other videos. So here we go down the street. No problem. But at the end of the street, we noticed that there's a car stuck, and there's some guy that has a truck with a plow on the front of it that's working on getting them out. Looks like they've got it sorted, so we just drive around and do a bit of a loop here to see how it does going up a hill for the first time in the winter in this thing. It did great. I couldn't believe it. My girlfriend hasn't done a whole bunch of winter driving, so she didn't really know how crazy this is coming from the Mazda 2, but this was giving me some confidence, so we'll do some even bigger hills here very soon. And these are just a few shots of going up some smaller hills, but I got out of the car and you can see how high the snow is up to the wheels here, but we are still driving through grooves that other cars have made. But as you saw at the start of the video, the first thing we did was drive through fresh snow and it was able to handle it no problem. Meanwhile, while we're doing this, that car that was getting plowed out had been unstuck and it drove back up the hill, and we're going to run into that in a second on our way out of here. But first, I wanted to test out this little snowdrift between the dividers and the road. This is something that my Mazda would absolutely get stuck and not be able to deal with. Yeah, I even start giggling here. I was so impressed. But as we go back down and turn around, I spot off in the distance that car that was getting plowed out, stuck at the very top of the road where there's one of those snowbanks that the plow had made that we just drove over no problem. So I got out, I had my shovel with me in the back, I offered to give them a push, and in the end that's what did it, a push, and they were able to get through and over that snowbank and then continue on down the road, most likely to get stuck a little later based on the amount of cars that we would end up seeing stuck out there as we pushed further and further on into the storm. First things first though, we have to go through literally the same spot that they just got stuck in to get out of here, and this snowbank is actually a little bit bigger than the other side of the road that we originally went down to get into this little neighborhood area. Actually, they didn't even drive over this snowbank because they were obviously worried it was too big and that they would get hung up on it, and so they actually drove down the wrong side of the street when they turned out of here, but not us. I was really gaining some confidence with this. I've never experienced something like this before in any of the vehicles that I've driven, and so we decide we're going to hit the main road and we're going to drive further into town, into areas that before this car we would never even think about touching in weather conditions like this. I mean, this is a fresh big snowfall. The plows really haven't been out, and the ones that are out, as you can tell by the main road, aren't really able to keep up with it to a level that you feel confident on the road driving. And you know, there's a risk here too. We were definitely worried about other cars coming off the road and hitting us, and trying to make sure that we're driving slow enough to be able to react to that. It is dangerous to be out in a snowstorm like this, but it's good winter driving experience. It's my girlfriend's first time driving in a storm like this, my first time driving the Subaru in a storm like this. So this is an important thing to do to get accustomed with how a car operates in a storm for the first time. We were doing some different brake testing and stuff like that so we could feel the ABS system was. That way in a real emergency, if something was to happen, we're more familiar with how the car is going to react to these conditions. This was pretty funny. We pull past the Tim Hortons and we see all the snowplow guys parked there getting coffees and nobody else. This place is usually packed, like the parking lot is full. So of course we decide to go through the drive-thru and get a hot chocolate. And as we're pulling around to get into it, there's like one high school kid in his Volkswagen doing burnouts in the parking lot and one of his other buddies pulling out of there in an old Honda Civic. And it's like, maybe all this stuff I'm saying about this Subaru isn't so true. You just get yourself an old car like that and you can do anything with it if you drive it hard enough. But I really did think it's funny that it's just us and the snowplow guys out there, because it's actually still pretty early. It's like 8:30 p.m. and on a normal day it would be packed in Tim Hortons, so it's a sign of a really bad storm. So we decide to continue on to some areas that we know are very sketchy, and we're going to see a lot of cars get stuck as we kind of head towards this area. And we were worried that we were going to get stuck too, but we knew worst case Ontario. We've got heated seats, a full tank of gas, there's a cell phone charger in the car, I've got my shovel with me in the back, and I've pushed us out of other situations before where we've gotten stuck in the snow. So this is part of the Canadian experience. Like, if we do get stuck, we do get stuck, and eventually somebody will come along and help us get out, or we're hunkering down until the snowplow comes by. Looks like quite a few people went to the movie theater and will be coming out to awful road conditions and might not be making it home. And this is part of the winter experience too, being on these roads and having no markers for where the lanes are, especially on the really big roads. They just disappear in winter and you get used to it pretty fast. You end up remembering where you're meant to be from your summer driving, but this is actually my girlfriend's first time driving without being able to clearly see the lanes like this. So it's a good experience for her too. But yeah, it can be pretty confusing when you're in a new area of the town that you don't have a lot of experience in, especially on a big road that has many lanes. Not like this one where it's just two of them. So now we're turning up this hill that first is a decline into like this kind of a ditch, and then you go back up and around and there's no street lights. It's a back road. It's the lowest on the priority to get plowed, and so it hasn't been touched yet. But I totally ended up not recording this properly because there was a white sedan coming behind us, and I actually couldn't believe it, and we thought it might be someone that we knew. And so I was trying to point the camera at the mirror to see if it's the car that we thought it was. And we weren't quite sure, but by the time we came up around the hill, got to the top of it, we noticed that they weren't there anymore. They weren't behind us, so we knew they had to have gotten stuck on the hill. We do a couple more small things first here, but we end up circling back around to that hill, and there's going to be a lot more than just them stuck on it. First thing first, we pull into this parking lot, and I just want to do another shot of the snow coming down on the car. And then I want to get another shot with me outside of the car, and I'm trying to show off how deep the snowdrift is here going down this hill. And it's hard to convey on camera, but there's a good street light here, so I set up and watched the Subaru do its thing. I'm beyond impressed at this point. It's at this point that I switch into the driver's seat, and so the filming gets a little more shoddy, but pretty soon we end up at this other really big hill before we circle back around to that original hill where people start getting stuck. But let's go up this really big hill first. I wasn't super confident in this. Someone was stuck on the very bottom of this hill, which is why I turned into it in the first place. I offered if they needed any help getting like a push to get out of there, but they're able to do it just by rocking back and forth. They weren't stuck bad. But then we're like at the base of this hill and I'm thinking, can we get up this thing? You can tell by the slope of the houses here that really a steep incline.
The people are in shock.
Yeah, there was some people outside playing with their kid in the snow, and I guess their mouths just dropped seeing us go up their street. They probably don't see too many cars, you know, barreling up this thing with this much snow on the ground. And here's an angle going down the hill with the GoPro held outside. This is a really stupid thing to do because it means I had one less hand on the wheel going down this, so I only did a very brief clip. It definitely felt way too dangerous. This hill was so steep to get out and record anything. I didn't want to do that in case, you know, some other person came barreling down or up this hill and was liable to go off into me. But man, you know, I didn't test out the X mode when going down this hill, but I probably should have, but I had no problems with traction. And we're riding the brakes the whole way down here. So at this point, we circle back to that original hill that we were worried about. I didn't record going up it again, unfortunately, but I did record going down it, which is what you're seeing now. There's only 2 cars that are still stuck. One of them was right on the precipice where they had gotten stuck, so they managed to get unstuck on their own and back on the main road that was plowed. But we had actually stopped on our way up, and one guy was a taxi driver. He was waiting for a tow truck to come and get him, and the other guy wasn't sure what he was going to do, but it's like I couldn't even really help him, unfortunately, because I could try to push him this way or that way, but he was in the divot of the hill and he was just going to continue to get stuck. And so we thought that the tow truck guy might be able to help him out too when he came for the taxi driver eventually. But man, the Subaru was just able to blow up that hill past everybody. I couldn't believe it. You know, it's one thing just to feel like the car is doing something exceptional first time driving it in a snowstorm like this, but then to get out there and see all these other cars that are getting stuck in all these locations, they can't make it up these hills, and then it just handles them like it's nothing. Really made me feel like I made the right decision picking this vehicle over all the others. And then finally, to finish it off, we wanted to go up a hill that my girlfriend had gotten stuck on in her childhood. And at the base of that hill, we saw an ambulance. We put the recording down. We didn't want to film anyone having an awful start to the new year. But it was a reminder, like, you know, the person that came out, it looked like they had maybe broken their arm shoveling snow, and they had their car on, like they were trying to get it started, but they realized there's no way that they're going to get to the hospital in these conditions in their car. And so they called an ambulance, and, you know, the ambulances are equipped to deal with this stuff. You saw the firefighters earlier out there, you know, shoveling out the driveway so they could get the trucks out. They put chains on the wheels, like whatever they have to do. So I was really glad to see that those people were getting the help that they needed, but it was also a reminder to me, hey, we've been driving around in this now for like an hour and a half, maybe longer. No problem. If we were having that emergency, we wouldn't have to rely on the ambulance. We would have been able to just go. So, I mean, that was a nice peace of mind. And we were able to make it up to the top of this hill, no problem. From here, we finished off the night by looking at a couple deer that were out and about in the blizzard. You can see how deep the snow is here based on how far it is up on this fella's body. So I hope you found this video useful. I'm definitely blown away by the Subaru. I've never experienced anything like this. But at the same time, I've never been behind the wheel of a Jeep or like a 4-wheel drive truck or one of those Volkswagens that were doing drifts in the parking lot. But I can tell you this is a lot better than like the front wheel drive cars that I've had in my past. And all those, I put the best winter tires that I could afford on them as well. And, you know, those made a great difference. And I'm sure they made a really big difference here today. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.